What's going on, YouTube gang? G is ETV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about March Madness. We have day one of the Elite Eight. We had two games. One of them wasn't really worth it to talk about, so we're just going to talk about one of them. Obviously, Gonzaga collapsed as a program, so we're just going to talk about the FAU Kansas State game. And it saddens me to say this. You know, I was really rooting for Marquise Noel. He was one of my favorite players in the tournament, and Kansas State was a team I was really gunning for to win the Natty. But man, FAU is a tough team. They've played like a tough team the entire tournament, and they win. FAU holds off Marquise Noel and K-State to reach their first Final Four, and who knows how long it's been since a 9 seed has made a Final Four. Elijah Martin sent a message early for upstart Florida Atlantic, soaring to the basket for a one-handed jam and chirping with the Kansas State players about his poster. There was a lot of talk in this game. This was a very intense game. These two teams really wanted it, and it just came down to it, and FAU just played tough. They made good decisions, and, you know, obviously Kansas State has a couple of coaching collapses at the end. You know, I really like their new coach, I do. But he made some bad calls at the end. I think his name is Vladimir Golden. Is that his name? Is it Vladimir? Or Vladislav? Vladislav Golden, out of Nalchik, Russia. They got a Russian big man. He went for 14 and 13 tonight. He was really, or today, I guess it was tonight. He was really their star player. And man, Marquise Noel, like I said, it really sucks that he has to be eliminated from this tournament, because he was one of a kind. You know, he played with so much heart. You know, he had 30 points, 12 assists. He had a game before, 20 and 19. I mean, he's going to make it to the NBA. Now, whether or not he's going to be a good basketball player in the NBA is a different story. I mean, look, Isaiah Thomas did pretty much an MVP candidate at 5'11", so I think a guy at 5'8" that's doing this in college. I mean, Isaiah Thomas was phenomenal at Northwestern, but I think that's where he went. But, man, could we see now will be the next Isaiah Thomas? I'm not really sure, but, you know, guys like Carter and off the bench, you know, Nigusen, Masood, a lot of foul trouble in this game for both teams, honestly. So I would say the refs kind of went both ways with this thing. Shout out to Keontae Johnson. This is also another storyline in this tournament, and the run for a guy that collapsed on the court. I can't remember how many March Madnesses or what year. He collapsed like a year or two ago, and he's back playing basketball. And, I mean, debatably coming into this tournament, they were a top 15 team in the nation. And, I mean, they proved it. They proved they were a top 10 team in the nation. They upped it a little bit. And FAU, unbelievable in the Final Four. That is ridiculous. But looking at the games tomorrow are going to be awesome. Creighton and San Diego State. I mean, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that game. That's going to be a hard one to call. I feel like Creighton is very tough. McDermott's a good coach. But I think Texas is going to beat Miami. I know I already kind of went over these picks in last night's video. But, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If these college games end up being good, I'll cover them. If not, we'll just talk about the NBA. But, yeah, two of the Final Four teams are set. So, can you believe it? A 4th seed and a 9th seed are both in the Final